Hi there.
Um, so a question I have is during the movement section, I really hate it. I not like I think it was a good exercise, but I did not want to do I was forcing myself to just keep with it. And it was a really cool experience. But where I'm running into just confusion is how do I say this? When I'm trying to get out of my thinking mind, but my thinking mind is what's helping me continue the process, if that makes sense. My body doesn't want to do it, but I'm like, okay, this will be good for us in the end. Keep going. You know. So
But that's
just
not, that's, I mean, the mind is coming in here. Obviously, I'm speaking, even though we're discouraging thinking, we are using thinking. And I'm giving you lots of kind of conceptual ways to frame this experience. So that sounds okay. You know, like if your mind's kind of encouraging you, but then this feeling of hating it, you know, that's a pretty intense feeling. So that's great. I mean, that's a sign that the yoga is working, like big time. This is a big me. No, I hate this shit. I don't want to do it. So you might want to just really at that moment maybe actually forget about moving, but really give a bit of space to this. I hate it.
okay.
But on a tactile level.
Um,
It might be multi-layered, you know, it might start with a thought, I really hate this, I can't stand this, I want to leave. And then, but okay, so let the mind tell, you know, do its thing, let it tell its story, but then, and then the body, like, feel that, feel the anticipation, the desire to move quicker, well, I don't know what it is for you, but
that was exactly it, actually.
yeah, I know, because I've been there, done that. You know, we all have that moment because we're going very slowly, and it's the separate self will hate it up to a certain point. At some point, well, the separate self will hate it, but at some point, the separate self will have dissolved enough that the transparency, porousness, and ease will be able to shine forward. But to begin with, this, what you're touching that is the separate self, you see. So you got it in your net. It's good. Don't think that's a failure of the yoga. It's a success of the yoga. But you need to then stay with it so that it can really come to the surface, really blossom. So that I hate it will pave the way to the actual raw feeling, which will be multi-layered. And then at some point, it will take you back to the spaciousness, to the listening, so you're on the right track, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that was very useful. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Caroline. Nice to see you.
You too. I'll mute myself.
Thank you.
So when we were moving,
Okay,
and when you said, see if you've taken up residence again, the minute you said that, I could really feel that, oh yes, there is residence, and it's back in here, it's kind of behind the eyes, it's kind of in my head, and I could really feel that, you know, then that there was me, you know, the me kind of floating around the head. And before that, you know, it was kind of a mix of me and just sensation. But I think that's the most difficult part for me, is to, when there's an instruction to move, I guess maybe Keith was just saying this, that it's like my doer just feels like, well, how am I going to get, you know, if I just wait and see if something's going to move, nothing's going to move.
No, you have to start as the doer.
Yeah. Because
as I just explained, I think you know, if I say the torso turns, I always say, like Francis, the torso turns to the left. He used to say like that, the torso. He never says turn the torso. So already we're trying to suggest that it's an effortless. So, but you do have to give the command, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then as the torso turns to the left, you are trying to then purify the movement of that feeling of I'm doing it and I'm getting there and I'm gonna turn the, you know, you're so it's a kind of imperfect exploration. And it's fine if it's not as I said, it's not a sign of failure if you do feel the doer. That it's quite the opposite, a sign that the yoga is working. You're becoming aware of these conditionings, and they are natural conditionings. But
yes, of course, yeah.
in sensing them, you're like they're being touched by something, and they will relax. Just it's normal to feel that we're located in the body, but it's not necessary to feel like I'm the doer. You know.
Right.
You can start to feel the fact more and more, the fact that no, actually, yes, there's something about the brain and the body and the cues and everything, but there's also this kind of unfolding that is not located. We can start to really feel that and so cooperate with it and enjoy it more.
Yeah.
So the principle of these yoga meditations is, first we establish the presence of awareness. You know, we establish in the beginning, or at least we open to the possibility that what our true identity is not the body, is not limited to the body mind, but is this openness. And then the whole kind of exploration is, if what I am is awareness and is not limited, ideally I would like to feel that. Ideally I would like to perceive in line with that, right? Because what's the point of knowing that I am awareness if day after day I feel that I'm this contracted, limited, fearful self that needs to defend or assert, right? That's like pointless. I'd rather like so these yoga meditations are explorations that allow our feeling sense, or the way we sense the body, to align with this understanding. That's why I say that when some of us are, comment that they're feeling resistance or hate this, and the reason I say the yoga is working is because it is excavating the belief in separation as it exists in the body. The belief that I'm a separate self exists on many different levels. It exists as a belief in the mind. You know, I'm this victim of my circumstance, and this happened to me, and this is why, and blah, 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 right? And it also operates at the level of the body as a kind of habit of feeling myself to be located and limited. And some of that is natural to being human, as, by the way, the story of me is natural. We all have stories, but some of it is not necessary. And the separation is never necessary. I'm not separate, for sure. I'm not separate. But I'm saying that we do have stories, and we do have shapes, and we have genders and ages and characters, and that's natural.
Mm-hmm.
Am I answering your question, Irina?
Yeah, it makes, yes, you're answering it, but in a way, I was wondering exactly, what do you mean by yoga?
Okay, yoga is just a word. I don't know what I mean by yoga. I call them yoga because that's what Francis called it, yoga. And yoga refers to a kind of approaching the body, really, in a spiritual way. So that's why we call yoga. And in a way, the essence of yoga, nowadays, yoga is done really more as gymnastic, right? People go and do vinyasa and ashtanga, and it's really good, but it's really all about muscles and alignment. And while here, it's the essence of yoga. It's really trying to return the body to its true nature of awareness. And I think that's probably was the original purpose of yoga. So that is why we call it yoga. But that word is thrown around a bit.
Exactly. No, you totally answered my question right now.
Okay, good.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Narina. Lovely. Thank you.